Hey guys, what's up? This is CROQUETA Gaming and today we'll be teaching you all the best skill moves in the game. This is a list of all the effective skill moves that work online and anyone can learn them because it's quite easy. So the first skill move we'll be checking out today is the MCGEADY spin. This skill move has been in the game since FIFA 11 and it is one of the most effective skill moves to change direction in a second. If you do this skill move with a 5-star player, then you'll see a MCGEADY spin, but if you do it with anyone else, you'll see the Berba spin, which is the Dimitar Berbatov spin, which works similarly but it's slightly slower. The MCGEADY spin is very effective in changing direction in a flash and you can turn into the 90-degree angle in a second. To perform the MCGEADY spin, flick your right stick forward, then towards the left or the right of the player. The next skill move I'll talk about is the ball roll. I can't emphasize enough how good this skill move is. You should be starting using this skill move right now in your FIFA games because this skill move gives you better control on the ball even in the worst connection matches. When you're playing online and you face lag, if you do ball rolls, you'll feel more control of the ball when you're in the last third. Ball rolls always make the game more responsive and it is highly recommended to use them to find space. To perform the ball roll, you have to hold your right stick towards the left or the right of the player and you should see the ball roll on your screen. The next one we'll talk about is the CROQUETA. This is a skill move that helps you to take on defenders head on, and once you start performing the CROQUETA at the perfect timings, you'll see how dumbfounded the defenders are when you do it against them. The best way to perform the CROQUETA is to have all the confidence and face the players that you're gonna take on and then perform the CROQUETA at the last moments of the tackle and you'll just slip through it. To perform the CROQUETA, press the L1 button and then hold your right stick towards the left or the right of the player and you should see the CROQUETA. The next skill move we'll talk about is the flick ups or the flicking around that you do with your right stick. This is one of the most effective skill moves when you do it anywhere on the pitch. Even in real life football, many players just flick the ball around to surprise defenders around them. One of the most effective ways to use the flicking mechanic is when the ball is coming at you and you do it on the first touch. So your touch is actually an elevated flick which causes chaos around in the defense. So to perform the flicks, just flick your right stick anywhere whenever the ball is in the air around you. The next skill move we'll talk about is the open up fake shot. I don't know how many times I'll add this in a video and I still don't see people using it online. Open up fake shot, people, just use this skill move. It's so fucking OP. You can use it anywhere on the pitch. It just adds as a speed boost, it adds as a space creator. You can get into the defense with it, you can take out people with it, you can do nutmegs with it. Just try and do the open up fake shot and you'll see how your world changes inside the game. So to perform the open up fake shot, press the L1 button and then perform a fake shot to do the open up fake shot. The next skill move we'll talk about is the directional nutmeg. There's a slight change to this skill move this year that you can do it in multiple directions now, and the directional nutmeg is quite OP when used in the terms of changing direction. It's generally used to create some space and get out of somewhere. For example, if you're trapped between two defenders and you want to escape that situation, you can directional nutmeg out of there. Note that the name says nutmeg in there. You generally don't use this skill move to do nutmegs generally, but you can do it with them. So to perform the directional nutmeg, press the LB-RB or the L1-R1 and flick your right stick in any direction and you should see a small knock-on that looks like the directional nutmeg. The next skill move we'll talk about is the CR7 stepovers. You have to think about it the way he uses them in real life, you have to use them in the same way. The whole mechanic behind the stepovers is that you do a stepover to make a juke or a dummy in front of your defender and then turn into another way. In FIFA, it's slightly different though. Like a step over will actually give you a little speed boost and it will accelerate animations and it will also add between two skill moves, so it's very good to combine with other skill moves. So definitely add a step over in your skill arsenal. To perform this skill move, you have to perform many semicircles like this with your right stick and then change direction with your left stick eventually when you're satisfied with your movements. The next skill move we'll talk about is the agile dribbling. This skill move is quite OP this year since the left stick dribbling is completely broken. So to get more control of the ball and find some more space, take some more time on the ball and make decisions in the final third, agile dribbling helps you to take control of everything around you, even in the worst case scenarios when you're facing huge connection issues online and you know you're not in control of your players. Agile dribbling will add a little bit more towards your dribbling side of things. This also is a very good skill move to use when you're using very bulky and long tall players, so this does very well with the low dribbling stats players. To use the agile dribbling, press and hold the L1 button and you should see your player doing the agile dribble. Now we'll proceed and talk about the skill move that's called the roulette. A very old classic skill move, does wonders in the defense. What you have to do and keep in mind when you're doing the roulette is that your player will spin around and keep your back towards one direction. So if you're facing the defender and you know he's gonna be slightly towards the top, you do the roulette from the below side, and if you think he's gonna be slightly below, then you do it on the top side. So when you spin around with the roulette, keep in mind that your back will be against the defender and you will use it in a way that you'll escape the situation completely. The roulette will always be loved by those ones who have full confidence to face the defenders and take out the goalkeepers with their perfect timings. This is not a skill move that you should do when you face insane lag, or this is not a skill move that you should perform if you face button delay or lag online, because it does require a good timing and it also requires a little bit of experience on how to perform it. So to perform the roulette, flick your right stick in a semicircle from the back to the front and you should see your player performing the roulette on your screen. Now I'll add some honorable mentions. The one that I personally really like is that toe-to-toe fake shot. That thing is really OP and has been OP since a lot of time. You can use it like the La CROQUETA. So to use the heel to toe, you have to press the LT and then the fake shot, and you can escape away from the situation and take your defenders out. The next one I'll show you is the CRUYFF turn. Everybody knows how Johan Cruyff used to use this skill move to turn around to cross the ball in and to take out defenders behind him. Same way it works in the game. You can just fake shot towards the back and you should see the Johan Cruyff turn. Have you ever used this skill move called the Neymar ball roll flick? This was added 5 years ago and trust me, it is one of the most effective skill moves. To do this skill move, I would recommend perform a standing fake shot and drag the defender away with your ball roll and then flick the ball towards him. To perform this skill move, flick the right stick towards the right and then flick the right stick towards the forward side of the player and you should see a ball roll flick. The last skill move in this video I'll add is the simple rainbow flick. This is a skill move that is completely surprising and it looks so good when you perform it right. To perform the simple rainbow flick, flick your right stick towards the back of the player and then flick it towards the forward side of the player. And you can see when I perform the simple rainbow flick in this clip, you'll see how the defender completely trips over and has no response to something like this. A simple rainbow flick will always stay up there in the FIFA list, so always keep in mind, if you learn it now, you can always perform it whenever you play the game.